trying to get adjusted here. I was running just a touch late. Getting ready, that is. I don't think I have anybody on yet. Oh, okay, sorry. There, that might help. There we go. It says Trinity's on. Hi. Took me a couple of minutes to get adjusted here. Hello, Miss Ronette. How are ya? Let me know if I have my music playing again. Let me know if it's too loud. I'm hoping not. Hello, Miss Trinity. Hopefully it's not too loud. I tried to check it first. Can't believe you're what? Hey, in my Fat Albert voice. Hello, Kathy. Actually, I heard it in my own head, in Fat Albert's voice. Catching a live. I know. Awesome. It's hard. We can't catch them all. It's just the way it is. Well, I don't really think this is going to be too long of a live. I was hoping, sorry guys, my tongue is just not cooperating with me today. Let's hope you can't unhear it now. No, I can't. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, with writing down as much information as I could on Venus, and then I, reread it to myself, it's probably not going to be an hour live. Just the way it is. I think I'll maybe wait one more minute and then jump on in. I'm still hearing it in my head, Kathy. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see here. What time is it? 02. All right. So that I don't take up too much of everybody's Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today's information, mission accomplished. Yes, ma'am. Today's live is on Venus's Retrograde. I'll haunt you the rest of the day. Well, it's not very haunting, but I get what you're saying. And yes, it will. Now, we've actually already had the Venus Retrograde. It was earlier in the year. The December 19th of last year through January 29th of this year. And it was in the Earth sign Capricorn, and it lasted 40 days and 40 nights. So, lucky for us, we're out of harm's way of Venus for the remainder of the year. Until, I think it's February or March of next year is when it will be happening again. So, anyway, Venus is the second planet from the sun, and it's named after the Roman goddess of love, beauty, and pleasure. Venus has dual rulership over Libra and Taurus. Lucky me. 40 days, I gotta open this up here. 40 days, like the Great Flood. Yeah, I guess so. It's been very few that have been under 40 days for Venus's retrograde, but almost all of her retrogrades are 40 days, 40 nights. Crystal's on. She says she's driving home. Just drive home safely, my dear. Okay, so anyway, with Venus having dual rulership over both Libra and Taurus, as a result of that, she is about value our relationships to money, and what we find luxurious. Aesthetically, Venus is a hot, hellish, volcanic planet. So, just kind of throw a little tidbit of information about Venus out there. I'm going to actually turn down my music because it's just too loud to me. I feel like I'm yelling over it. Anyway, so Venus holds a powerful rule over relationships and interactions with an obvious tie to human intimacy sorry, and union. She holds dominion over marriage, courtships, and dating, with ties to sensual and romantic sides. Venus also has rulership over all beauty, art, and pleasure. This can be connected to one's appearance, fashion, style, as well as interior design, painting, and aesthetics. So, as an example, being a Taurus and Venus being my main planet, I get extremely emotional during her retrograde. So when we had bought our house and my husband wanted to go over colors, and we're both Tauruses, I was like, nope, we're not doing it until after January 29th. No way was I choosing colors because I did not want to choose anything emotionally. I feel her mad crazy. I love her, but damn, she kills me. Anyway, Venus also has ties to music, dance, film, and beyond, wine, food, and pleasures. Although the more extreme versions of addictions are closely related to, the mysterious planet of Neptune. And that's because Neptune has a higher octave of Venus, both good and bad. Just wanted to throw that little tidbit out there too. So if you're coming to when Neptune goes into retrograde, honey, watch out. Anyway, and then finally, she rules money, investments, finances, and business. Now, if anybody's unfamiliar with retrogrades, I would definitely go back to Jody's Google that she did and read about the retrogrades and what they are, because they're, oh bugger, I'm gonna have to call him back. Extremely great information that Jody had put in there for the retrograde. If you guys give me a second, I'm gonna text him so he doesn't try to call again. I'll call you right back, comma. I'm doing a live real quick. Okay. Trinity says, yes, she's ruled the crap out of money in December, January. Yeah, right? She does. She's, whew, yeah. So we're gonna, I'm gonna jump back in. So she actually only goes into retrograde once every 18 to 19 months. She doesn't go into retrograde as often as a lot of the other planets, and thank goodness for that. And as we know, relationships, or as we're hearing, relationships and finances feel like they're completely turned upside down. Even, oh, he's so fired. Especially as we reevaluate and reconsider the way we commit ourselves to commit to ourselves, the way we commit to others, and the way we commit to our finances. She's one of the closest planets to Earth, and even though she retrogrades less than other planets, she packs a powerful punch. So, I meant she ruled the crap. Yeah, I don't doubt it. My finances, I've had fingers crossed. I was extremely emotional when she was in retrograde. So, she has a habit of causing havoc on your love life, personal harmony, and, of course, finances. Difficulties in these areas are felt way more emotionally during her retrograde. Everything that she represents is felt more timid and discreet, in a discreet way, though. You just start doubting and questioning yourself. And it's like the only thing on your mind. You doubt your relationships. You doubt your finances. And it's the only thing you can think about. And your thoughts are way more concentrated on those. They're concentrated on your love life, your sensuality, your appearance, and your finances, and including your financial possessions. And as we know, relationships, friendships included, can become frosty or stagnant. And at this time of her retrograde, the tensions of that really tend to rise. When your tensions are high, they can force you to bring an end to relationship or even throw yourself into a new one. Like I said, you become a lot more emotional about those specific subjects. But at the same time, Venus's retrograde can also offer you a clearer view of what you want from romance and what you want from yourself, what you want in your future. As long as you take the time to sit down and think about it. No harsh decisions. Sorry, be sorry? No way. I'm glad you were able to get grocery shopping done. I haven't done mine yet. I don't think I'm going to today. I don't want to. And during Venus's retrograde, I firmly believe that it's also a great time to learn a lot about yourself and how to handle your emotions. And we're going to go over that also. And I think I went over this, but I want to make sure that I also, let you know that your thoughts also will focus on your confidence. Confidence on all levels. Your physical appearance, how you feel about yourself, your job, just confidence all around, and your personal harmony. Man, can she mess with your personal harmony. And you definitely begin to doubt yourself, and even up to every decision you've made. Don't let her do it to you. Anyway, so I kind of wanted to give you a bit of information about Venus. Everything that she controls, which it's a lot, isn't it? She controls a lot. And I wrote down tips when she does go into retrograde again of what to do and what not to do. Before I jump into that, see if we have any questions or comments, or even did anybody like notice anything specific for them during her last retrograde between December and January? And if not, I'll go back into that and try to give everybody a second to answer. Okay. Ellen says, I was super emotional and financial stuff was difficult. Yeah, it was crazy. I was an emotional wreck about finances, especially since we had just purchased a house just before the retrograde. And I was doubting that a lot. I was wondering, oh shit, what did we just do? Did I jump the gun? You know, Venus sign is Gemini, so I feel like I'm extra all over the place. Oh, ouch. Yeah, my Venus is a Taurus, but I am a Taurus, so it just throws extra on there. Trinity says, interesting because she affected my money, which affected my relationship. Yes, and because she rules over both of those, she really makes you doubt all of that, all of them. Crystal said the need of extra money came crashing from hospital bills and school loans. Yes. It's a lot of people chalk it up to new tax season coming in, after the holidays, whatever. I firmly don't believe, I think that the majority of us budget well enough that we can handle the holidays and we can handle when tax season comes around and stuff like that. But when retrogrades happen, especially one like Venus, she really makes us, I guess, dig down hard and deep about ourselves and about our finances. Bought a house before and then everything went to shit. Oh. Bought a house before and then everything went to shit. Had to drill a brand new well and the plumbing in the basement had to be redone. Oh my goodness. My stress was we bought a new house and my husband, the day that I got the keys, I had to go out of town and work, and I came back and he had gutted everything. And I thought, oh shit, what did he just do? So, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry you guys had to do a new well. That's horrible. She kicked my ass. Yes, Trinity, I'm with you, honey. Me too. So, on that note, let's go into the do and don'ts of when Venus comes into retrograde. And trust me, I had to constantly, because I have, these do's and don'ts in my binder, and I had to constantly open my binder and remind myself and check myself, like every day that she was in retrograde. Every time she comes around and does this, I have to open that binder and check myself. If I don't, I could be totally screwed up. So, as we've gone through, Venus is retrograde, finance, property, and the creative and artistic side of things they all have their place. She has a way of giving us a dose of tough love. It's the only way I could think of it, really. So you've got to think of how these things can evolve in your life. No concentrating on the negativity of it. The positivity of how those things can evolve in your life. Money, relationships, um, art, confidence, everything about her. Um, Very, very important. Stay connected with your body. Small stretches, check in with your breathing throughout the day. This can give you small doses of mindfulness that you need to be able to come out of this astrological period in one piece, especially mentally. Definitely assess where you are emotionally and if your intimate needs are being met. And this is the love and relationship part of it, right? Don't hesitate to show and release your feelings. Just don't let them get too uh, emotional, but on an angry level, if that makes sense. Um, because, like I said, the retrograde, she definitely has her bad, but she's got her good points too. The retrograde phase also allows your heart to speak and transform your relationships with everything. Free yourself from past frustrations of love or past failures to move towards emotional success. But don't make final decisions. God, I hope this makes sense to you. Because I feel like I'm contradicting myself, or my words are contradicting each other. Because I want you to, or I'm trying to tell you, yes, I want you to be able to open your heart and speak your truth. But at the same time, don't do it in a negative way, and don't no final decisions. God, oh, damn tongue is killing me. I'm not letting me get my words out of my mouth. Um, and definitely be open. Always be open to what you can learn from yourself, what you can learn from your emotions. Trinity says, it makes sense. Look at yourself and make some plans, but don't follow through until after. Yes, thank you. Exactly. If after you still feel the need to follow through, because after her retrograde, you might have changed your mind. So yes, thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Trinity. I appreciate that. So we're going to go back into our do's and don'ts. And of course, don't initiate in new investments because our perceptions are off. They can cause you to make poor financial decisions from an emotional place. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but pretty important. One good thing to really do, and it helps to clear the clutter in your mind. If you've got old clothes laying around or old belongings that you just don't love anymore, or you have a stack of books, clothes, whatever, anything, things, items, whatever, that you've already been contemplating getting rid of, her retrograde is a great time to do it. It's a time to shed those extra items that you don't love anymore and feel lighter, which can actually, in turn, help you to stay more connected and focusing on yourself. being able to rid of that extra clutter is very helpful. Let's see. Don't change your appearance. Not permanently, at least. All beauty decisions are pretty much off limits during Venus's retrograde. So, I mean, this is something that my own daughter doesn't listen to. I've seen her do it. She's like starting to grow her hair out, and then during Venus's retrograde, she says, "Oh, I don't want it anymore," and shaves the whole side. Now, don't get me wrong, she could pull it off absolutely perfectly, but there's no way in heck I'm going to make that decision, because I know, I do know that I can't pull that off. But permanent beauty decisions, no exceptions. They're off limits during Venus's retrograde. You're again at a much higher emotional level of your own value and your own worth, and emotional decisions are never good. Avoid situations that are primed for misconceptions and misunderstandings. Everybody's at an emotional level. So if there's anything that can prime for misinterpretations, misunderstandings, not the time to do it. Definitely find balance. Journal like crazy. Meditate. Even if you're horrible at meditating, I'm not very good at it. 5 minutes a day, 2 minutes a day, something. Even your morning affirmations, remind yourself, you're going to get through this. Healing and grounding are always wonderful things to do during any retrograde, all of them. So we know that retrograde is, or Venus's retrograde is pretty powerful. But I do want to make sure that everybody knows finances and love are the highest impacted during her retrograde. But at the same time, it's not necessarily a bad thing for a relationship. So there's an author, her name is, and I might mess this up, Narayana Montefiore. And she wrote the book, Moon Signs, Unlock Your Luminary Power. I don't have it, but I have it on the way. I actually have it on my audiobooks, but I want it in my hands. But in her book, she says that it will only bring up underlying issues that need to be addressed and healed. While these things might feel super hard at the moment, Venus does help us clear baggage so we can later move forward on a better note. And then she further says, if a relationship had no potential from the get-go, Venus would end it, and all we can do is trust that it wasn't meant for us in the first place. I do like this book, and I like the way that she views the retrogrades. It's very helpful. We do have other retrogrades for Venus coming up. Again, like I said, not until March, I believe, of next year. And Taurus and Libra are the two signs that are hit hardest by retrograde, of course being their planetary ruler. But all signs are hit, even if just a little bit. It also depends on what sign we're in when Venus hits the retrograde. Because if if she comes into retrograde during sign of Leo, Leos are going to get hit hard too. And they might even get hit harder than the Taurus and Libras. So they're, I always say that when a planet is getting ready to go into retrograde, that you use your birth chart calculator, whichever one you use, to see how it'll affect you. So, like an example, Venus comes into retrograde, right? If your 5th house is ruled by Taurus, you can expect to feel it in your dating and your creative life. This would be when Venus goes into retrograde. And if you have Libra ruling your 12th house, you may feel like hibernating or wanting to be unseen during her retrograde. Well, you can do this for all retrogrades. And it can also give you a little bit of an insight as to how it'll affect you personally. Like I said, using a birth chart, it helps out. Anywho, do we have any other questions so far? Or any questions? If there's anything that didn't make sense, please tell me. And even though I'm being stupidly tongue-tied today, I will attempt my best to explain better. Okay. See, sometimes I don't know if we're on like a delay or what, or if we just don't have questions. All right, well, I really don't know what else I can go over. Ronette says, I'm just listening because I know nothing about all this. If you have any other questions come up, don't hesitate to ask anytime. I find planning for Venus retrograde and shadow work during that time works best. Absolutely, Gina. And even doing shadow work, it helps us to connect with ourselves. And yes, it does really help out. Let's see. Oh, come on, move. Trinity says, do you have recommendations as to where you do your chart? I use... What do I use? Whoa. Let me see. True to thyself. I use Moonology and CoStar. I know that there's one that Kathy had recommended a while back that was really cool. Gosh darn it. I know I can find it out. Give me a second. No, C-H-A. It's in my phone. I just don't know where the heck it is. CoStar. CoStar Astrology is a really good one. That's, I think that's the one that I have in my phone. And then, but I can't think of any other ones. Like I said, I like CoStar, Moonology, and there is another one. Kathy, if you happen to still be on here, would you be able to let us know what that other one is? The one that you like to use a lot? Because I can't. I don't know which one it is. Oh, go away. Go away, go away, go away. Astromatrix. I'm going to have to write that one down. I'll have to try that one too. There are a lot of different birth charts out there. I would recommend trying a bunch of different ones, see which one that you feel that works best for you, and definitely use it. And use it for all of the retrogrades that come up. And like Gina had also said, doing shadow work during the time of, definitely the time of Venus's retrograde, but also during any retrograde is very helpful. Let's see. Trinity. Mine was done when I was a teenager, and that was in the 90s before all the computer stuff. Astro.com. Ellen says astro.com is a good one. So there we go. We got quite a few suggestions. Is it astro.com or astrostyle.com? Because I guess my phone had popped up astrostyle.com. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Just find one that works good, that you like, you know. There's a couple of them out there that are just really hard to navigate, but I'm not a technical person, so I have a hard time with them. I think just Astro previously. Astro Dentist? Okay, I'm going to look that one up also. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I literally just have a conclusion for everybody. That's all I've got left for you. In short, to get through this retrograde, pledge to yourself not to make any impulsive or definitive decisions regarding love, self, or finances. Instead, take it easy, concentrate on self-care, and wait until the end of Venus's backwards dance to decide what's right for you. That's all I've got for everybody. If there's anything else that we'd like to discuss or questions, I can go over some more. If not, I will close it out and let everybody enjoy their beautiful Saturday. Well, at least it's a beautiful day here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you, Trinity. I really appreciate that. I think I'm going to go check on my flooring guy and see how much he's got done. Thank you, Gina. All right, Wisters. I love you all. Many blessings.